Hello, today we're going to make this cupcake that reveals an image that says happy birthday. To get started, we need a piece of cardstock that is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. I've already stamped the image. This is from Crazy for Cupcakes, and it is the big cupcake stamp. I use Stays On and put it onto the cardstock. It's important that you put the image toward the top of the cardstock because you need at least 1 inch on the bottom so that when we cut a little additional piece for the part to flip out, you need a little stopper, and that's why we need to put it on the top. The next thing you need to do is color it in, and I've already colored this. I use Tempting Turquoise for the cupcakes, the bottom of the cupcake, and then I also use the Tempting Turquoise for the sprinkles, and I just use the fine tip of the marker and just color those in. And then I use the Melon Mambo for the candle and for just these little things here. I also use the Summer Sun for the flame. Then I took Bashful Blue and just colored in a little bit of the border, and this gives it some dimension. After you've completed the coloring of it, now you need to stamp another version of that cupcake on a piece of scrap paper. And I've already stamped that out, and this time though you need to have a mask, and I just used a post-it note, stamped it onto the post-it, cut it out, put it down, took my stamp set and my Stamp-A-Majig, put it over the top, put it on there, took it off. Now with the mask, you just stamp down, and there is the image. Next, you remove the little mask, cut out the top of the cupcake, which I've done already, and on the bottom you want to leave at least 1/4 of an inch to 3/8 of an inch. Cut it off, and then you line up the side of the frosting and just cut straight on both sides. Then you take the scissors and go at an angle on the corner of the cupcake bottom. Cut out the rest of the top just inside of the lines to that pointed edge. Just like that. So you have these little wings on the bottom, and that is your stopper for the completed project. So you have it so that it stops and it doesn't go any further. I did try adding a piece after the fact, and it kept getting stuck, so I don't think that's a good idea. You have to put in the sentiment happy birthday. I used the round ink, or the round thing. It says happy birthday to you, and we're just using the happy birthday. You ink up the words happy, just happy. Use your Stamp-A-Majig once again. Not sure how much you can see of this, but you line it up where you want the word happy. Put on your Stamp-A-Majig, remove it, and this is at a really odd angle, so it'll look weird, but it'll come out straight. Stamp it down. There are the words happy. Then you use your baby wipes, remove all of that, color in the word birthday, and then use your Stamp-A-Majig once again. It's light on the Stamp-A-Majig, so it's hard to see. So there is the birthday, line it up, stamp it down, and there is the happy birthday. After you completed that, we need to color that in, and you just need to color in top of the cupcake with the Tempting Turquoise, and then you do the same with your little sprinkles. You can use either end. Using the Tempting Turquoise, and then you use the red raspberry, or melon mambo for the little dots. Color in the little candle, portion of the candle. And then again you would use the bashful blue to put in your shadows. Doesn't have to be neat because this gets all covered with glitter. You take your 2-way pen, or your 2-way glue pen, kind of dab it on all over the top of it. Sometimes the ink smears a little bit, but that's okay. It gives it a little bit more dimension. Dip it in your glitter. This is the Dazzling Diamonds glitter. And that's how it looks once it's ready to go into the finished cupcake. With this, you need to make the slit for the piece to go into it. I just used the craft knife, cut on the top of the lines of the cupcake, go from one side to the other. You just press down so you have the little slit. Take your other piece, fold in your little tabs, push it in there, flip it over, open up your tabs, and that's how you get the cupcake to stay. One important thing to note is when you are putting this onto your back of the card, you use a 3 by 4 inch piece of Tempting Turquoise. You want to make sure that when you put your adhesive on it, you don't stick this part of the thing with your adhesive. So you just want to put your tape runner along the whole side, making sure you don't get the bottom of that, and that's all the tape you really need, and stick it onto your card, and that's how it looks. You need to include this ribbon, and to do that you take a 2-inch piece of ribbon. I had one already cut out here. You take the 2-inch piece of ribbon. I'm using the Melon Mambo. You use your tape runner, fold it so that you have about 1/4 of an inch piece right here. Use the tape runner and you just put it there, catch it like that, add a little more tape runner to the top part, and line it up with your top of your candle, like so. Push down. Now you have the tab to pull it up. I hope this was helpful. Thank you for joining me.